Dear friends and colleagues, we are very pleased to welcome all of you to the annual meeting of the EMMF, the European Foundation of Cholangiocarcinoma meeting, in this very special 20th anniversary. My name is Jesus Bañales. I am professor of molecular biology from San Sebastian, Spain, and I have great honor to co-chair this meeting together with Professor Juan Vale, a very good friend and a world leader oncologist from the University of Manchester. This meeting will have, for the first time, an innovative hybrid format, in person and virtual, making clear the commitment of the AMMF for the promotion, dissemination, and discussion of the latest scientific and medical advances in cholangiocarcinoma. This new challenge was possible by a remarkable work by different groups and institutions. First, we would like to thank the president and founder, Mrs. Helen Morman, and the whole AMMF staff and volunteers for the exceptional dedication, effort, and persistence, which has allowed the transformation of this meeting in a new innovative format this year. They are doing a remarkable work for our community, the whole society, patients, scientists, and clinicians. Thank you very much for making the best care of patients with cholangiocarcinoma a full priority. This is a unique meeting with a very clear vision and mission to face cholangiocarcinoma from multidisciplinary and collaborative perspectives, involving the whole cholangiocarcinoma community, scientists, clinicians from all over the world, patients, caregivers, advocates, sponsors, and volunteers. We would like to especially welcome to the patients and caregivers who are in a unique position to provide input with questions and concerns. Thank you very much for your participation. Your example of dignity and bravery stimulate and motivate us day by day in the way to develop better treatments. Please keep always in mind that you will never walk alone. We are fortunate to have on board many of the world leading experts who will present state-of-the-art insights into this disease and discuss key successes and challenges central to the prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and cure of cholangiocarcinoma. Moreover, we would put a special emphasis in the discussion of different ways to promote translational science, to reduce the time from bench to bedside, to accelerate the movement from discoveries on basic science to products that can be used in the clinic in order to improve patients' life. Thank you very much to all the speakers for your collaboration, dedication, and effort. During the meeting, we will also be taking the time to recognize those who have dedicated their lives and careers to improving the life of patients with cholangiocarcinoma. And there will be a special 20 years of AMMF. Our hope is that this interactive meeting will allow plenty discussion and generation of new ideas, development of new collaborations, and ultimately lead participants in new and exciting directions. Once again, thank you, Helen, the AMMF, volunteers, all the speakers, colleagues, patients, and advocates for attending and doing possible this meeting. We look forward to a productive and enlightening conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jesus. It's a pleasure and an honor to share this platform with you. I'd like to add my personal thanks for the invitation from Helen and the team at the AMMF and to congratulate them on reaching this milestone of 20 years of their inception. And we'll be reflecting on the last 20 years and really how much they've contributed to the field and for the well-being of patients and those affected by cancer. As Jesus says, the conference aims at looking at the challenges, but also the advances made over the last 20 years. And this is really a multidisciplinary meeting, so we'll be looking at some of those improvements and advances across all of the various disciplines. We have, as you've heard, expert faculty and speakers who will be delivering this hybrid event, which is not just a European meeting, but in fact goes as far as Asia. We provide you with an opportunity to find out what the improvements are in terms of treatment, but also have a glimpse into the future, what's coming, both in terms of translational work as well as clinical trials, as well as having some updates on research. As part of the hybrid meeting, we're absolutely cognizant that not everybody is here in the room. We have had about 120 registrations for live attendance and close to 300 registrants who will be dialing in and seeing us online. I know personally of some people who really wanted to be here, but for some reason were not able to attend because of health issues. So it's great to see you online. I'm looking straight down the camera here. It's great to see you online and be sharing the experience with all of us here. So just to quickly talk to the program, this is of course day 2. The program started yesterday. There were sessions for parents, patients and carers, meeting the clinical nurse specialists, as well as having an introduction to molecular profiling, and you'll hear more and more about molecular profiling and its importance during the meeting. For clinical nurse specialists, there was a session on how AMMF can support the CNSs involved in patient care for those affected with cholangiocarcinoma. I don't intend to go through the program in great detail, just to give you an idea of the overarching themes. This morning we are going to have a bit of a background in terms of where we're up to in the treatment landscape. We're going to have some time with a retrospectoscope looking at the last 20 years of AMMF. Importantly, once again, we're going to have people with a lived experience of cholangiocarcinoma speaking to us and giving us their personal experience, and we're very grateful for people who are brave enough to do that. The maturing treatment landscape continues after lunch, and in that session we're going to have people from individual specialties just talking us through how they've seen things develop in surgery, transplantation, chemotherapy, radiotherapy, endoscopy, and so on. So we'll really get a good update of where we're up to. And then this afternoon, we are really talking about the international aspects of cholangiocarcinoma, not just focusing on Europe, also looking to Asia. And then tomorrow's session predominantly is focused on scientific presentations. So this is really understanding some of the basic science that we need to understand, which we hope then in time will translate into improved patient outcomes through the various steps and challenges that we have to see all the way through. So we'll go through some of these things in more detail as we go through, but that just gives you a little bit of an oversight as to the plan over the next couple of days. The meeting wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsors. I'm not going to go through more in detail, but we thank our platinum, silver, and bronze sponsors for all their support and making this meeting possible. It falls to me to do a few little housekeeping notes. You are allowed to keep your phones on and you can take calls, but please keep them on silent. There are no planned fire exits, so if there is a fire alarm, then we will need to evacuate the room. If you drove here and you haven't told them at the front desk that you've come for the meeting, you're going to get a very big parking bill. So please register your car and let them know that you're at the meeting for a special rate. And for those of us who need to have CPD accreditation, there are 12 credits available, and you'll need to get the certificate from the AMMF office after the meeting. Now, this is a new slide. We never used to have these in housekeeping previously, but obviously we're living in a time of COVID. So it's entirely up to you whether you choose to wear a mask or not. And some of you will have seen the little ribbons, green meaning you're quite happy to shake hands with people, red meaning please keep your distance, and amber in between. So if you want to send a message to somebody and reduce some of the awkwardness, feel free to pick up a ribbon. If you're not feeling very well, please leave the meeting, and obviously we hope that everything is all right. And some people will choose to distance more than others, so we obviously need to respect that. We're surrounded by fire exits, all signed in green, so I don't think there's going to be a problem if we need it. And most importantly, please download the meeting app. This will give you access to the meeting program. It will allow you to participate in the discussions, and you can enter questions on Q&A. And this also is for people who are joining us virtually. Please visit the virtual poster and exhibitor halls. And of course, this meeting provides an opportunity to mix with others. We found out yesterday that some people are struggling a little bit with downloading the app. It does link to a registration for the meeting. If you're having problems downloading the app, please raise your hand. and one of the techs will come and see you and help you straight away. Otherwise, the tech corner is just by the lights there on the left. You can catch up with them at the break.